Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to NIEBS Homeschool. I am Samina Akhter, Assistant Teacher of English of National Ideal English Version School. Today I am going to take a class for the students of class 9 and the subject is BGS. And our topic is chapter 2, section 2.4, page number 43 to 48. Okay, so this is the topic from your annual term and this is lecture number 6. Okay, and my mobile number is given there. If you need anything, you can ask. Okay, so students, we are going to discuss a very important chapter, the independent Bangladesh. And today we are going to discuss about the restoration of the journey towards democracy. The restoration towards the journey towards democracy, which is section number 2.4 of chapter 2. So in this chapter, in this section, we will see that after a long period of autocracy, how Bangladesh returned to democracy. Okay, so see, with the resignation of General Hussein Muhammad Ershad on 6 December 1990, military rule ended. The fresh course of democracy began through an election on 27 February 1991. The democratic process of changing government started with the participation of all parties in that election. Okay, so you all know that after the gruesome murder of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the martial law administration started in Bangladesh, and the martial law administration was divided into two parts. The first part was the rule of General Ziaur Rahman, and the second part was the rule of General Hussein Muhammad Ershad. And now we are going to discuss how Bangladesh returned to democracy after these two periods of autocracy. So the mass movement of 1990 and the restoration of journey to democracy. Okay, so students, throughout the rule of General Hussein Muhammad Ershad, he faced opposition right from the beginning of his assuming power. Okay, so demanding the restoration of the original Constitution of 1972 and for establishing the parliamentary democracy, the Awami League led 15-party alliance, the BNP-led 7-party alliance were formed in 1983. The 15-party and 7-party alliances raised 5-point demands to the anti-autocratic movement. The key demands of 5 points were the withdrawal of the martial law, returning of the army to barrack, and holding the parliament election. So you see that these demands were presented by these parties, Awami League and BNP. And besides these political parties, mass people, including students, teachers, doctors, engineers, lawyers, and journalists, also farmers, etc., supported the opposition. This forced General Hussein Muhammad Ershad to allow open politics. From the experience of the farcical parliament elections of 1986 and 1988, other parties understood that elections would not be free and fair under this autocratic government. So later on 10 November 1987, while demonstrating near the Dhaka GPO, General Post Office, at 0 point, writing Ganotantro Mukti Pak, Soirachar Nipat Jak, democracy be free, despot be fallen down, on his chest and back, Noor Hussain was shot dead by the police. Okay, a person named Noor Hussain wrote this message, Ganatantra Mukti Pak, Soirachar Nipat Jak, on his chest and back, and he was shot dead on this day, on 10 November 1987. So after this, the mass people were very agitated, and the agitating people got more violent, and General Ershad declared emergency. Then eventually he ordered arrest of Sheikh Hasina and Begum Khaleda Zia. In 1988, Sheikh Hasina was attacked by hoodlums sponsored by the Janta. Then on 10 October 1990, there was firing on the procession for besieging Secretariat, which took the lives of 5 people and 300 got injured. After this, the Sarbodoliyo Chhatra Oikko declared that they will continue the protest until General Ershad resigns. Okay, so when after this, when Bangladesh Medical Association BMA leader Dr. Samsul Alam Milon was shot dead on 27 November, the movement reached its pinnacle. Okay, so after this, the teachers also from Dhaka University and other universities resigned unanimously, and the 8-party alliance by Awami League, 7-party alliance headed by BNP, and 5-party alliance by left wing got united in the same political program. Okay, so finally General Ershad declared his resignation on 6 December 1990 and formally handed over the power to an interim government headed by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Shahabuddin Ahmed, on the framework of the 3 alliances. Okay, so after this, the 5th Parliament election was held on 27 February 1991 with participation of all parties. In the 5th Parliament election, the BNP formed the government taking support from the Jamaat-e-Islam. Begum Khaleda Zia was elected the Prime Minister. Okay, but this election was supposed to be rigged. So all the parties were demanding that parliament election should be done under a caretaker government. So eventually the 7th National Parliament election was held on 12 June 1996 under the caretaker government. In this election, the Awami League got the majority, bagging 146 seats. Okay, so after this, the daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Sheikh Hasina, became the Prime Minister, and then she completed her tenure after 5 years. The 8th National Parliament elections was held on 1st October 2001 under this caretaker government. Okay, the four-party alliance led by BNP formed the government, getting 219 seats. So you see that after the tenure of Sheikh Hasina, she handed over her power to the caretaker government, and the caretaker government arranged the 8th National Parliament election. Okay, so after the election, the BNP came into power, and after their term of 5 years, in 2006 there was some crisis of forming the caretaker government, and then in 2006 President Yazuddin Ahmed, violating provision of forming the caretaker government, assumed office as the chief advisor. Okay, so in that time President Yazuddin Ahmed resigned from the caretaker government and declared emergency on 11th January 2007. Dr. Fakhruddin Ahmed, backed by the army, became the chief advisor of the caretaker government on 12th January 2007. So from 2007 to 2009, this time the country was ruled by the caretaker government, okay, which was actually being run by the army. Okay, so finally the election commission prepared a new voter list with photographs and the code of conduct for the political parties, and held the 9th parliament election on 29th December 2008. In this election, the Mahajot, under the leadership of the Awami League, achieved the landslide victory, bagging 262 seats and formed the government. So finally, in 2009, 2008, after Awami League came into power. So next we are going to discuss significant socio-economic and cultural development of Bangladesh. Okay, see this point, I have written some important points here that portrays the development of Bangladesh. The poverty level was reduced to 24% from 70% during the last 56 years due to the government policies and collective effort of laborers and farmers. Okay, so the poverty has really reduced after trying for so many years and the collective effort of all masses. The Human Development Indicator for Bangladesh is now developing. It is now better than that of the South Asian countries like Pakistan, Nepal and Afghanistan. Okay, next, the present government is working hard to transform this country to a middle income nation by the year 2021. In the last 3 decades, food production rose to 3 times more than the previous periods. Bangladesh is in the 3rd position among the garments manufacturing countries of the world in exporting trades. Okay, so you see that the trades are also improving throughout the years. The child mortality rate has been reduced to 48 in 1000, comparing to 185 in 1000 during the last 4 decades. Okay, so introducing an assessment system of creative method using information and communication technology in education, developing curriculum and publishing new textbooks, distributing free textbooks among the students of primary and secondary level, imparting training to the teachers. The government has brought a significant change in the education system. So these steps have been taken to improve the education systems. The significant steps taken for the women empowerment and for ensuring their health and providing financial assistance during motherhood, immunization program, helping project for the poor women, providing stipend for increasing the rate of female education, etc. So in case of women empowerment, these steps have been taken. The government has initiated various projects such as Food for Work, that is Kajer Binimoy Khaddo, VGF, VGD, TR, etc. to ensure food safety to the marginal people of villages. Okay, so we can say that hardly there is any person who goes starving nowadays. The government has enacted the National Child Policy 2011 for the protection of children and development of their life in 2011. Okay, so now every child is considered a child up to age 18, and they cannot, it is forbidden to make them work in child labor. Okay, in the sector of culture also, Bangladesh has made tremendous prosperity. To 21st February, which is observed in honor of the mother tongue, Bangla achieved the status of the International Mother Language Day. So these are the development milestones that Bangladesh has achieved. So I hope you have understood the key points of this lesson. So I hope you have understood all these key points, and see you in the next class.